Hello, this is Jamie Magridge. Welcome to Jamie's Craft Table. Today I'd like to show you how I made this card. It's a simple stamping card. It's very easy. So let's get started. I used the Lots of Cheer. I used this stamp and this sentiment and this stamp here. For the cardstock, I start with a standard card base. 5.5 by 8.5 scored and folded at 4 1/4. I have a piece of real red, which is 5. Looks like it's 5 1/4 by 4. It's just slightly smaller. It's not even a 1/16 smaller. Okay. And then I have a piece of white, which is 5 by 3 3/4. I have another piece of red, which is like 4.5 by like 2 1/8. I think it's, and then a little scrap of gold foil paper, which is a little bit less than 1/2 inch by 4 1/4 inches. Okay, and the first thing I'm going to do is stamp on this one. Bring in my block. Forgot to mount my stamp, so go ahead and do that. And the only ink we're using is Memento. Up, and what I'm going to do is stamp this randomly all over the background. So I'm going to start like over here, stamp it. I have a piece of copy paper behind it here so that when I stamp off, I don't get ink all over my foam mat. I just want to stamp this whole background. There's no right or wrong really, it's just to make your own designer series type paper. I'm trying not to overlap anything. Just a little bit here. Okay, so I'm done with that stamp. Now I'm going to bring in that 2-inch piece of the red. Place this one aside. We're going to bring in our snowman. Use one of these longer blocks for him. And I need the sentiment. I'm going to stamp the sentiment first so I have an idea for a placement. I don't know if I need the one that big. Let's see, will it fit on that one? Yeah, it sort of does. Okay. So let's stamp the sentiment first down here at the bottom. First thing I'm going to do is see how my lining up is. And then I'm going to stamp the sentiment down here at the bottom. Perfect. I'm going to ink up my snowman. Alright. I'm going to turn this sideways so it's easier for me to hold on to my block. And I'm going to stamp that centered on the card just above my sentiment. Alright, that's all the stamping. Alright, now I'm going to bring in my glue. Let's glue this together. I'm going to glue this to the red layer. piece that we stamped. Okay, make sure it's right side up. I guess it doesn't matter because we haven't attached it to the card front yet. There's going to be like a 1/16 of an inch border around the edge, very small border. Okay, then we're going to adhere this to the front of our card. This would be a perfect card to do if you're at the last minute and you need to come up with a Christmas card. Okay, this one's going to have like a 1/4 of an inch, it's not really a 1/4 of an inch, maybe an 1/8 of an inch border around the edge. Okay, now on the back of this piece, we want it to be on the left hand side, so I want to put a little bit of glue here. The reason I'm putting it on the back of this is because this is not as wide. So I'm going to center this up on here, place it down, pick up that gold piece. Okay, now I'm going to add glue to the back of this. You could use dimensionals if you wanted for this piece. I just kept it simple. This way you know it's going to mail. It's not going to cost extra to mail. And I put it in that 3rd quadrant that I like to do. There you go. Let's bring in the one I did earlier. Here's the one we just made together. Here's the one I did previous. Well, thank you for joining me at Jamie's Craft Table. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I hope you can find some time to play with some stamps, inks, and paper.